Well, Susie, here we are, week 3 of the Allianz Premier 15s, and a real tough test, Harlequins this week.
100%, yeah. Quins top of the table, and deservedly so. From the footage that I've seen, they're a very, very competent side. They've been in 3 finals, or should have been in 3 finals potentially. Full of big ball carriers, and they're a big power game.
And obviously, looking back at last week and Bristol Bears, so near yet so far, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we found our feet a bit in the second half, and scored that try that should have probably evened up the game, and still have more in the tank. So it's a bit frustrating. We had to finish at 70 minutes, but that's life, isn't it? We're growing, we're learning every single week. We get to know a little bit more about each other and about the game that we're trying to play. So, as long as we keep learning and progressing, that's all we can ask. We want to bring everything to Quins because we've got nothing to lose. We're going away, which is always a potential disadvantage, as I said, to play against a really good side. But the girls are really excited. Every time they step on the field, it's really exciting. And to play against a fantastic side, really brings their game up.
You can't buy that fighting spirit, though, that you've shown last week. That comes from within, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Girls are really proud to wear the badge. And even though we're very new, we're 2 games in, you can see that shining through, that they want to wear the Chiefs badge. They want to be part of something very, very special. They recognise that we're building, but they almost want to run before they can walk. So, they're frustrated with performances, which is good, isn't it? That shows their ambition. But as I said, the pride in the shirt is the biggest thing of all, and you can't coach that. You either have that and you can work with that, or you haven't, and we've got it in spades.
Looking at your squad, you lose 3 girls to the Welsh squad this week, but you get 2 back from Spain, and
a
few other new faces coming into the mix. Kaylee Armstrong, I'm going to talk about. A nice link with the club, with Dad having used to play here as well.
Yeah, I mean, Kaylee's a great player. She's she's a local girl. She's been through the uni. I think she has. Good, powerful runner. You've already touched on her dad. Has got the history with Chiefs. So for her, we talk about pride in the shirt. She has wanted to do this since she was a young girl. On Saturday she gets to run out in a Chiefs shirt. Not at Sandy Park, but hopefully that'll come. And she is champing at the bit.
And Flo Robinson coming in against your sister, you say? So
yeah, Flo's and a really exciting young talent. We've given her pitch time, and she's done really well. Hasn't looked out of place at all. She's very quiet, but quietly confident. Her sister plays 6 for Quinn, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. But yeah, she deserves to start. So go on then, Flo, go and show us what you got. And then, when you can rely on players like Patricia Garcia, who's just back from Spain, and Bimba coming off the bench, and Olivia de Merchant coming off the bench, you're starting to look at a really strong squad. But those players that are starting fully deserve it. There's nothing going, we're going to give you a go. There's nothing about rotation here. It's all about who deserves to be in the shirt, and they do.
This is your first year in terms of Chiefs, but how is the Premier 15s looking to you? Is it as tough as ever? Has it got tougher?
Yeah, no, it's as tough as ever. There's people come into the league because, not as in sides, as in individual personnel, because of the reputation that's gone before it. So we've got some of them from overseas. Other players have been attracted here. And then at the same time, everyone's grown into the league. Everyone's got used to it. So the pace of the game, not quite as quick, with the law variations, but, and people just are embracing the fact, that it's a very, very physical game, and that nothing's changed about that. So I think the skill levels has risen. So everything's just upping the ante really at the moment.
I know Rob takes huge pride when he sees boys get international call-ups. What about you in terms of the 3 girls with Wales?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, they're away with the squad. We don't know selection yet, but we wish them all the best and hope that they get selected in the game against Scotland. This was always going to be a funny season. Players are going to come and go, and that's the challenge. How can we move forward as a squad with those abstractions and with the COVID challenges? And we're doing pretty well. We know we're doing all right.